The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
We're back at it, and we're back into it. You found the Local Show right here on 570 WSYR 106.9 FM, and the latest tool that you're probably looking at, whether it's the new phones or the tablets and things like that. So, Steve, you've been hitting the balls out there, you in your golfing world, or fishing? What is it? No, fishing, boating, golfing?
Fishing has taken a hit so far because, well, it rained. But then it rained on golf, too. But we'll catch up. Bass season opens in a couple weeks, and we'll catch up. We'll catch. I didn't mean to say catch up, but we will catch up.
We were talking about some fishing because, as you know, my daughter is leaving the nest, and she'll be going down to Savannah, Georgia.
Was she like 50?
No, she's only 27. Okay. She'll be 27.
Okay, all right.
But the guy, her boyfriend, is an avid fisherman and a hunter.
I like him already.
And on all that, yeah. And, they can't wait to take us to certain areas down there, but lots and lots of seafood.
Attorney John Murphy's here from Safe Harbor Wills and Trust. I golf with this guy fairly regularly.
Right, yeah.
And
well, we went to the bistro to eat, and you guys are renowned over there. I mean, they were like, hey, you're not associated with those two, are you?
Yeah. Did that happen, John?
I don't think so.
No. No, the restaurant at Drummond's, and I didn't.
Absolutely fantastic. I can't say enough about it.
Right, and you don't have to belong to Drummond's to go there.
Right, you don't.
And no. But really good food.
Very good.
French onion soup.
Oh, yeah.
John?
Delicious.
French onion soup?
It's fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's
they have a wide variety of bar items as well as the dinners. We had those a little hors d'oeuvre action. They were like mini Reubens. They're a what do you call that stuff? Egg roll.
Egg roll, Reuben egg roll.
Yeah, that's it. Reuben egg roll. Fantastic. I could eat 5 plates of those.
Let's get those next time, John.
They're not in the pub menu. We have to go to the restaurant part.
Okay.
I don't know. They get a pretty good...
and they get a good turnout, too. A lot of people playing golf up there. I think he said they still had room to be, if you wanted to be a member.
Yeah, they did.
Now, you guys know more golf than me, but the public versus the private, is the public course really nice, too?
Steve said because he's a member, he'll never set foot on the public side.
I don't golf with the peasants.
He's like Judge Smails.
I don't go on the public side.
Did you get a bowl of soup with that hat, Steve?
Oh, it looks good on you.
They've done a lot of work on the public side. We haven't played it yet this year. I don't know if you played it, John.
No, I've never played it.
But you can, and I used to play it as a young person. The views up there.
Would you guys ever do 36 holes of golf?
Oh, I've done it.
You have, really?
I did it. My brother and I, as you know, take golf trips every year.
Yeah.
And we did 36 in Arizona.
Wow.
But it was like 110.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
We were tired.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I can top that.
But we weren't walking.
Oh, okay. You're right. Yeah.
My friend Jim Blair and I at Wildwood Golf Course, the front was a par 3 and the back was regulation. We did 100 holes in a day.
No kidding. Well, when you were young, though, you were young.
And no, granted, most of them were the par 3, but we just kept going and going, and we were like, "Can we do 100 holes in a day?" Yes, and we did it.
Yeah, I put myself in for a lottery at Bandon Dunes, and I will do this every year.
That means nothing to him.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's out in Oregon.
Okay.
They have 5 courses.
Wow.
And on the summer solstice, you can play all 90 holes in one day. So that's the goal.
Yeah.
And that's walking. So, but yeah, that's a goal.
It keeps you in shape. That's for sure.
With a caddy and all that other stuff. But yeah, that'd be cool.
When you're not golfing, you're an attorney.
Yes.
Well, theoretically, you're an attorney all the time. Yeah. But and what is it that you do? Tell people.
Well,
what
essentially,
you do.
We help families protect their home and life savings from long-term care and keep their loved ones out of court after mom and dad die. Mm. So we try to make it simple. The most efficient way in which to maintain control of your assets while you're alive, protect them from long-term care, and pass them on to your loved ones in the easiest, most efficient, and cost-effective way.
So legality-wise, politics aside, let's imagine there was an aging leader of a major country that might or might not have had his faculties. How does that? At what point can someone sign things and make decisions? How is that determined? Because it seems like
that's way beyond my ken. That's constitutional law, and
But if you had someone saying, "Hey, come on here, we want Grandma to sign this," and she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, for myself,
yeah,
well, that's a different issue, right?
Yeah,
we don't have auto pen in the office.
Correct.
We do not have that.
Yeah,
right?
right.
So, in the law, there's this concept of periods of lucidity. Okay, so if in the moment I, as the attorney, determine that Mom understands what's going on, okay, then we can proceed.
Okay.
I've only had one or two times where I've just said no.
Okay.
Right. If there's a question, there's a child there or something, I remove the child from. I don't remove them. I ask them to leave. Right?
Sure.
If they won't leave, that's a red flag. Right.
Yeah, they're right.
It's a red
I would
flag
imagine
if they won't leave.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
Because I say we need to talk to your mom. Nowadays we can record it if we feel the need to do that.
Sure.
So, but there is a presumption that if a will or document, particularly a will, is done in the presence of an attorney, that all of that stuff is as it should be. So there's a presumption of legitimacy.
So that's on you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So, and as officer of the court, right, my job is to look out for my client, but if I don't think my client is being competent or is competent, then I really can't proceed. So that's a different, the best interest of the client, but our professional responsibility can trump that.
Right.
But if someone goes, I went online and we created a trust or a will and we had Grandma sign it, there's no attorney there. How's that work?
You don't have to have an attorney to sign a trust. You don't have to have an attorney to sign anything.
Okay.
But with a will, you have to have witnesses.
Okay.
And if the witnesses don't sign a self-proving affidavit, then if the will ever gets probated, the witness is left to be called in the court to testify. We did have a case, unfortunately. The woman did not a handwritten will, holographic will. It was notarized. Okay. Long story short, she disinherited most of her family. She had nieces and nephews who stood to inherit from her. She didn't want them to inherit, left everything to one sister who had cared for her the last 5 years or so. Not a valid will.
Because?
Wasn't witnessed by two independent people,
Okay.
even though it was notarized.
Okay.
When you say independent people, does that mean non-family members?
Yeah, not people who would have inherited from you.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because they have an interest in the outcome.
Sure.
Oh, well, I know you've got a workshop coming up here. Let's talk about that in the next set. But the workshop is coming up next week. If you want to go to a workshop, call the 370-9977 number, and you can register for that. And let's talk some more about that workshop coming up here in the next set. Is that all right?
Yeah, sounds great. Thank you.